This is Miss Tammy Terrell. Her story makes me really, really sad. She was supposed to be an upcoming singer star, but she just got caught up with the wrong man, and then she ended up having bad headaches. Tammy had a rough life, okay? So when she was just a little girl, there were a bunch of boys that SA'd her. Um, I think they were arrested. She was able to point out who all they were, but again, there were no therapists around, so that event kind of changed her. It made her she turned into a different person, and made her more promiscuous and more outgoing. But yet, with all that happening to her, she didn't give up on her dream of singing. She still wanted to sing. She ended up trying out for different like record labels, trying different, recording different songs, and she falls upon James Brown. She ended up meeting James Brown. She ended up, becoming a background singer, working with him, and they began a tumultuous affair. She was 17, he was 30, and he just was. He started mistreating Tam. He started beating on her and just treating her really bad. And one time, he beat it on her so bad she just didn't have no reason, but she just left him. She just left him. Again, I don't understand why men feel like they can just beat on a woman like that. If you don't like the girl, you just can't leave her alone. I don't get it. But those were different times back in the day. So Tammy and Sarah ended up finding her way to Motown Records due to connections. Um, they decided to pair her up with Marvin Gaye, and they had a good string of hits. Like they had a good run. Marvin would become her confidant, and he would be very protective of her. And she confided with him with a lot of different things. And there were rumors going around that they were much more than friends. Even if they were, it wasn't a good look because he was married to Anna Gordy Gay, Barry Gordy's sister, and she started dating David Ruffin, which I'm about to get into. But they were great friends. He seemed to have her back. Tammy and David went out for a while, and he treated her real bad too. Anyways, apparently he was beating on her as well, and they were engaged. And when she announced the engagement, she ended up finding out that David was married, had a whole another wife with kids. And then it was reported that he hit her in a head with his motorcycle helmet, and that she was done after that. So later on, she's okay. So basically, she suffered with headaches all through her life. She suffered from one of them. She ended up going to the doctor and finding out that she had a brain tumor, right? And she had like a bunch of surgeries. Marvin was, he supported her. As I mentioned, she had a brain tumor. She was undergoing many surgeries, and it just didn't get better for her. She ended up weighing 93 pounds, having to be in a wheelchair and going blind. And she ended up dying on March 16th, 1970, at 24 years old. And nobody from Motown was invited but Marvin Gaye. And they said at the funeral, he just broke down. He just didn't. He was never the same after she died. Like he changed. Um, what I have a hard time understanding is why do men feel like they gotta do that to women? Like if you don't like a woman, you don't like her, why you just couldn't leave? Why do you feel like you gotta put your hands on somebody? James Brown need to go somewhere with that greasy perm he always had in his head, and David Ruffin with them cheapo Dollar General glasses. Rest in peace, Tammy Terrell.